Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of Where the Heck Are the Albans? And where the heck are the Albans? We are in Vincennes, Indiana. I said it right. And we are at the Red Skelton Museum. Now, a lot of younger folks probably won't know who Red Skelton is. He was a big performer.
And that's why we're here to educate them.
Educate, yeah, that's right. That's, but we were in the town, and we actually came down for the festival. There is a Red Skelton Festival. We got a late start, and then we also forgot about the hour time difference over here, so they were an hour ahead. And by the time we got here, everything was over. So
we suck.
Yeah, we suck. That was a big bummer. But we decided that his museum is still here, so the festival just ended yesterday, but we're still going to come in and try to have some fun here. So he was a performer. He started out on vaudeville, and then went to radio, and then had his own television show back when I Love Lucy and things like that were on the air. So he performed between 1939 and 1971. So let's go on into the museum and learn a little bit more about Mr. Red Skelton. We got some special parking for the museum. Pardon the wind, it is really windy today. Look at the flags just whipping away there. But here is the museum, the Skelton Museum, and they're just doing some cleanup from the festival that they had. But over here on the side of the building, so the building has a picture of Red right there, and it just simply says Red. Okay, so as we were coming into the museum, it says right on the door, no videography allowed, but we got special permission from the lady that runs the museum that says we can do it. We just can't videotape certain things, so we'll just leave those things out. But here's the entrance here. It says Red Skelton, a legacy of laughter. And you actually enter through the gift shop and also exit through the gift shop. But this is my favorite t-shirt that I saw right off the bat. Red Skelton for president. Make America funny again.
He was born here in Vincennes, and his home still resides in Vincennes. It is diagonal from the museum. There's a sign out in front that says it's Red Skelton's house. You're allowed to walk around and take pictures of it. The university owns this house, and they're hoping one day to open up to the public so the public can view the inside of Red's childhood home. So this museum is very interactive. If you want one of the TVs to play, you just walk up to it. It's motion activated. It'll play from the beginning with sound. Those are the fun interactive things you can do. Like over here, you can walk like Red Skelton. Inside that booth, you can make your own Red Skelton radio show. On the other side, you can paint your face like a clown. Just a bunch of fun little interactive things. But if you join me in here, there's about a 10-15 minute video for you to watch about Red Skelton.
This is what we're
After
not allowed.
this is over, you can go back out to that first little part right there, and then it just makes a loop around the theater.
Okay,
Perfect, thank you.
Enjoy.
Thank you. So they do have a timeline here of Red Skelton from when he was born to when he passed away. And here's the Americanism Award that he received in 1969. But if you follow these silly steps, you can actually walk like Red Skelton. So I got this thing on the ground here, so let's see if Becky can do it. Good job, Beck. So I got this thing over here where it says, "Can you look this goofy?" Do a cross-eyed frown. Can you make a fish face? And make your saddest face. Red's prop comedy. So we always had some props and things like that, but here's see this baby right here? There's the baby right there. In the wash bucket, fake arm, little violin, some handcuffs. So like we said, he started out in vaudeville, then he went on to the radio. So you could actually hear one of the radio shows, but that's copywritten, so we won't press that. But here he is standing in front of NBC, and we can make our own recording here. So let's check this out. Roll of sound. So be a sound engineer and add your own sounds to one of Red's radio skits.
Junior, stop it!
This was one of his characters. His name was Junior, the mean widow kid. And his catchphrase was, "I doed it." So, but this was his actual costume right here. This is Junior's costumes. So someone that performed with Red a lot was Edna Stillwell. And here's some of the pictures of him and Edna. They performed a lot of live shows and did a lot of radio together. Here's one of the Red Skelton statues right here. He says, "Good night, and may God bless." That's how he ended every show. Laughter is the daily bread that feeds the soul. So here is a lot of about him when he was live from Hollywood, when he was doing his radio comedy. Him and Edna. There's some more of Edna right there. What's that?
This is such a nice letter that he wrote to his daughter. I'm out in the sun. The hotel is built with a nice porch and a large fence around the plot of thick grass just outside the door, and the air is real cowboy country, not too hot or cool. It's the best hotel we've ever stayed at down here. My legs still hurt a little, and I get spells where I can't breathe without making a strange musical noise. In fact, I whistled so loud in my sleep I woke up and every type of dog in town was hopping all over my bed. I feel much stronger now that I've got that 2 quarts of red oil shot in me. Lots of folks ask about you. I told them you were still in school, but by the way things are going, you'll be laid off next month. I have your picture on the table in my room, but it keeps leaving, crawling down the table legs and sliding under the crack in the door. The last time we caught it, it was hitching a ride out to Twin Lakes. But it was a funny thing. They caught about 200 other pictures of boys and girls doing the same thing. I guess that's what makes horses high-spirited, the spirit of children. They're always hopping on those horses trying to get a free ride. The flight was nice coming down. I went to sleep and didn't really wake up until halfway through dinner. We had spaghetti. Well, I didn't know that one string was hanging for your mother's sweater sleeve. If she hadn't sneezed, I would have eaten all of her sweater. Your mother was up early today, and we enjoyed the sun.
Nice. So Red had 2 children, Valentina and a son named Richard, and
Richard died
a little later, Richard developed leukemia.
and died at age 10.
He died at age 10, but before he got too sick, he took Richard to Europe, and they vacationed in 1957, the Roman Colosseum, and it was one of their many stops, and it was someplace that Richard always wanted to go.
And
so
he was blessed by the
He was
Pope.
actually, blessed by the Pope, too. Yeah. So if you were Red Skelton, this is what you would have seen. Not Becky, of course, but you would have seen the camera right here, and this would have been your stage, and you can step on the star, and you can be a star just like Red Skelton. So they have a whole thing on producing the Red Skelton show. And the pioneering spirit, this was all new. Television was just in its infancy. But he performed longer than any of the other comics out there. He did longer than Lucille Ball, Milton Berle, or any of them. He even got 3 Emmys. So each year since 1949, the Emmy Award has recognized excellence in television. The iconic statue of a winged woman holding an atom represents the muse of art, while the atom stands for the science of the then new medium. Today, it continues to be television's most coveted award. In his first season, Red was honored with 2 Emmy Awards for Best Comedy Show and Best Comedian. And then he received his 3rd Emmy in 1961 for Outstanding Writing Achievement in Comedy. So there are his 3 Emmys. Red was also a Shriner. These are actually some of his hats right here. Yes, a lot of his awards from the Shriners. So Red, during World War II, he was in the Army from 44 to 45. He performed up to 12 shows a day to GIs and officers. This is his discharge papers right here.
No, it's his enlistment papers.
Or his enlistment papers.
I'm sorry. You're right. I'm wrong. Honorable discharge papers.
Okay. But he did get an honorable discharge, but his rigorous entertainment schedule caused him to actually have a nervous breakdown. But he did get, there's his dog tags, he did get a service award and his patches. So he entertained the troops, just like Bob Hope went all over the place. He also went to Korea and Japan and around the United States. And who's that?
He asked the young comedian Jamie Farr to join him in Korea.
Jamie Farr joined him in Korea, and then later Jamie Farr starred in a TV show about Korea called MASH.
Yeah, where's his women?
So on stage, he was also a huge hit in his later life. After his TV show ended, he wound up going out on tour, and he performed in Las Vegas at the Sands and in Carnegie Hall, and he always had sold out shows. This is one of my favorite quotes of his. I don't want to be called the greatest or one of the greatest. I just want to be known as a clown. A clown's dressing room. So Becky is doing some kind of a thing here where she can become a clown. So she can do makeup, and we'll come back and we'll see what she looks like as a clown in just a little bit. So Red had some very awesome characters, to say the least. One of them was San Fernando Red. He was a bombastic con artist, and here are his costumes from San Fernando Red. The wig and his mustache is right here, his vest. Right down to his shoes and his vest coat. And there he is as San Fernando Red right there. Hey, here's Becky's clown makeup. That's weird. That's awesome. Another one of his great comedy acts was the character of Deadeye, the gun-slinging outlaw. I'm the fastest man on the draw. And that's what he looked like with Deadeye. And here is his costume of Deadeye. Sheriff Deadeye, the good-for-nothing cowboy. Here's his gun and his belt and his boots, his hat. And there's his outfit right there. The vest, his badge, and his plaid. Another one of the characters, Cauliflower Mcpeck. Don't anybody move until I find my nose. He was a punch-drunk boxer. So here's his character, what he looked like when he was Cauliflower Mcpeck. And here's his costume, the hat, boxing gloves, the shorts, the old shoes. This is great. Look at Becky, she just walked around the corner and now she's a matador. He said, I could never get into character without the right hat. So you could always put on one of these hats. There's a whole bucket full of hats down here. And you can pick a hat and put on your hat and become a character. And now I'm a cowboy. This one is Freddie the Freeloader. And this is one of his more, I would say, more famous ones. That's him as Freddie the Freeloader. And here is his costume as Freddie the Freeloader. One of his other characters, George Appleby. And here is his costume for George Appleby.
Clever but clumsy.
And he was clever but clumsy, yes. And but they got some stickers here, and if you want to pick up a sticker for free of George Appleby, you can. There he is as George Appleby right there. And another one of my Red Skelton favorites, Clem Cadiddlehopper. What I lack in brains, I make up in stupidity. But there's him as Clem Cadiddlehopper, the country bumpkin. And here is his Clem Cadiddlehopper costume. Oh, classic. Fantastic. What a great museum. There's the famous hat right there. That's the famous hat right there. Look at that. It proves what they say. Give the public what they want to see, and they'll come out for it. Look at this, from the TV Weekly, October 8th through the 14th. There's all the faces, the 5 faces of red. So there's an article here about the Legion salutes Red Skelton. And that plaque right there sits right here now. And this awarded to Red Skelton for his interpretation of the Pledge of Allegiance. If you haven't ever seen that, look it up on YouTube. Red Skelton's Pledge of Allegiance. His National Service Medal, right here. And this is, we appreciate your efforts in behalf of the USA Strategic Air Command Band. And they have a plaque of his Pledge of Allegiance. That is the suit that he wore when he did it. This is from the Laura and Jack Boyd Smith Jr. Gallery, but they do have some different paintings. It's a really beautiful and well put together museum. Walt Disney's America on Parade from Disneyland, Walt Disney World, starring Red Skelton. And here's the script. Veterans of Foreign Wars, got a medal for that. Some commemorative plates. to Red Skelton from Mayor James H.J. Tate, City of Philadelphia, July 4th, 1969. And like I said at the beginning, every great gift shop or every great museum, you exit through the gift shop. However, this one's great because you get to enter and exit through the gift shop. But they have, look at all, like the shirts and the mugs, and statues of them, and you can get hats. And I have decided on a t-shirt. It says the Red Skelton Museum, and on the back, it's got all of his characters. And we're going to get a magnet too, right? Mm-hmm. Yep. There's the magnet we're getting. And they got just a few more things out here in this lobby. But check that out. There is a bunch of pictures of Red right there. During the festival, they have all these statues. You see out here in the lobby, there's all these statues, and they put them around the entrance by the sculpture out there in the park. So the festival was, like you said, yesterday, and so all these have been brought back inside right now. Right outside the museum's right through those doors right there, and this side over here is the Performing Arts Center. And but at the end here, there is a big bust of Red Skelton that I wanted to show you guys. Well, that I wanted to see as well. So let's do that together.
Their bags are red.
Their bags are red for Red. That
There's
makes
only one
sense.
way to do it.
Man, they do. They know how to do it good
That's the
here.
only way.
So Richard Red Skelton, born July 18th,
Oh, that was just a couple days
1913.
ago.
Yep. Well, they always have the festival
The weekend of his birthday.
the weekend of his birthday or right around there. So, but one of America's greatest clowns. And what a great statue here. Kind of getting the back light there, but it is a great statue or a great bust.
This year at the festival, they honored Tim Conway.
Oh, one of the greatest clowns of comedy,
who
Tim
also
Conway. He just passed away
away not too
recently,
long ago.
so that's sad. So let me see if this, if one of these doors are open. Maybe we can see inside the theater. Nope. Breaking the law.
No access for you.
Here's a picture of Red with Ed Wynn, who's one of my favorite actors. He was in Mary Poppins, but my favorite voice, he was a voice actor also, and he did the Mad Hatter and Disney's Alice in Wonderland, where he said, let's put this in here and this in here, and he said, well, mustard, let's don't be silly.
Lemon, that's different.
Lemon, that's different, yeah.
But
him and Ed Wynn were lifelong friends.
he introduced Red Skelton to showbiz.
Nice. That's awesome. So there is a parade route. It's a clown parade that,
Which might be a little too creepy for me.
yeah, it might have been creepy. But we found where the parade route was. We're standing on it. And the reason we know that it was the parade route,
Look at all the casualties.
look at all the casualties. This was some of the candy that was thrown out. And so the crowds, what am I missing here? Oh, there it is. There's some more. And it's been flattened by car tires now.
This is a little bit more fancier than the normal peppermints.
Yeah, this isn't
and
just
Tootsie
Tootsie Rolls, but yeah. So things happen here.
Choices were made.
Okay, what did you think about the Red Skelton?
So interesting.
It was. I learned actually a lot about him.
Yeah, I
There's
didn't know a lot.
things.
I mean, I remember my grandmother being really a big fan of his and seeing him with Lucille Ball too
Yep.
and that, but his show ended before I was born.
Right.
But he led a very interesting life.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
it was a very beautiful tribute to such a wonderful life.
Yeah, and I mean, he was a philanthropist. He gave a lot of money away.
Shriners.
To Shriners
So
and
sad
charities.
about his son. It was
Yeah,
just, yeah.
but turned out a wonderful human being. Just and all he wanted to be remembered as is just a great clown.
Yes.
And something interesting that I did find out about him, though, towards the he started painting.
Yes.
And he did a lot of painting, and he did paintings of clowns and things like that. Well, they became great, huge collector's items even before he passed away in 1997. And he made more money from the paintings that he did in all of his career
That's
as an
amazing.
entertaining.
That's just amazing.
It's
Just
like-
an all-around talent. He
Yeah.
just has so much talent to
Yep.
just give away.
That
Yeah.
was nuts. So, you youngins out there who really didn't know who Red Skelton was until maybe today, look him up on YouTube and just see some of the. I mean, some
It
of
was
his stuff
very
was just
funny.
like just roll over laughing funny. Some of the stuff that he came up with, and he was a great writer and a great comedian.
He
and,
wrote a lot of music too.
yeah, he wrote lots of music. Yeah, and but just all around great guy. So, if you like what you see, as always, give us a big ol' thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below, and if you want to be notified next time we upload a video, ring that bell, and we will see you guys next time on
Where the heck are the Albans?
Yeah. Bye, everyone.
Bye.